Hi everybody, this is Mama Sue. Today I have a really cool looking pair of earrings for you. Let me show you. Now this was from one of those old necklaces I had that I told you I had the pressed glass. Well, here's some more pressed glass. Are those pretty cool? See, you can take old necklaces and make some really beautiful things. Whoops. And then here's the one. This is the same thing, except this is the same, pretty much the same thing. The one we're making. Here's the one we're gonna make. I didn't have any more pressed glass, so I just put one of those flat little beads in there. And then I'm doing the same thing, but with different pieces of metal. But this is all the same. So it's basically you're doing the same thing. This is a smaller version. So I went with smaller holes to make it not quite as long because this was a smaller bead. But they're both really cool earrings. Anyway, let's get started here and I'll show you how to make the other one of these. Oh, it looks good there. I go, oh my goodness, I finally got a good picture. There you go. That's the true color there. Okay. We'll lay this down for reference. And I don't think I'm going to need that, nor that. I don't even know where those came from. Okay. What we're going to need for each earring is we're going to need an ear wire. We're going to need 4. We're going to need an eye pin. This is just an eye pin I'm trying to use up because I accidentally bought these dinky ones because I didn't recognize the size. So now I put like 2-inch or 1.5-inch when I'm looking for them because I always buy them online. Here's my flat bead I'm telling you about that's in here. It's just one of those round, odd-shaped flat beads. Or they're actually rocks, but they're the natural rocks that are polished like that. Then we're going to use one of these hollow metal beads. They're kind of decorative. So I thought I still have a few of those, so I thought I'd use them up. Either use them up or lose them. And then I'm going to need 4 of these little spacer beads. And 2 different sizes. Oh, I'd say about an 8. No, I'd say about a 6 and a 4. It's about a 6 and a 4 millimeter. So that's what we're going to use. We're going to put one on top of each other. That's what you're seeing right here. Right in there, you're seeing one laying on top of the other, and it gives it more texture. If you have one that's a little bigger than the other, it really looks cool like that. Then we're going to use one of these round, we normally use eye pins on things. Well, this is the ball eye pin type thing. So that's what we're going to use for our bottom piece here, for this one. See that little ball in there? Yeah, that's what this was, and that's going to have all this put on it. So here we go. Okay, we're going to start with this one piece of metal with the ball on tip on it. And we're going to put another ball on top of that. See there? Uh-oh, that's too big. I got to get a bigger. Let me grab a bigger one. Hope this is not too big. Okay, let me see. Oops, that's the wrong one. That's the one I just put in here. We'll use this one. If I have to change this out later, that's all right. But anyway, we're going to start out by putting one of these on there, just like that. And this one will stay on because the ball on this is a little bit bigger. Can't believe I did that. Then we're going to put a small one, a small flower spacer bead. Then we're going to go with the bigger one. That's the about a 3. It could be a 4 and a 6 on those. And then this one is like an 8 around, but it's thin. So I don't know what you would call that. But you could use a round one if you wanted to. You could actually use anything you wanted to. Ooh, you could even use a paper bead on there. The way then it would look like, if you used a paper bead, it would look like this bead. I'll have to show you that one of these times. Okay, now we're going to go with the big one. We're going to put the big round flower spacer bead on. Now we're just going the opposite, and we're just filling it back up. Put the little one, little spacer bead that's a flower. Then we're going to go with our last little round bead. And there we go. Now we've got that bottom put together. All we got to do is that roll, baby, roll stuff. And so I'm going to take now I made a little hole on this one when I made that. See how small I did the hole on that? I want to do the same thing with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just stick it in here. Wait. If I stick it here, I can get no, I can't, because I've got that other hook, because I've got it all the way together. But normally if you do these together, you'll get them exactly the same size. But I normally get mine around the right size. So I'm just going to put it right there near the tip. I don't like it right on the tip because it always messes up on me when I put it right at the edge. I'm going to push my wire away from me. Now we've got like a little bend in there. And I'm going to put my wire back in, put my pliers back in here and move it to the top right where that bend is. And I'm going to start pulling the wire back at me, toward me, and go down. Just like that. Just like that. Did I show you that right? Let me show you that again. I'm going to come in here right where the bend is. See, the bend is... Wait a second. Okay, my bend was right here. Like that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the wire toward me. Just like this. Make it go all the way down. Now I didn't go all the way around because my pliers are in the way, this bottom piece of my plier. So I'm going to move my pliers just up a bit, like that, and let it finish going around. Now it's all the way around. You see how that's all the way around. Yeah, oop. Oh, there it is. Thought I lost it. Now I'm going to check this and make sure my hole is the same size as this one. Or this one. And we've got it right in the right place. It looks pretty good. So now I'm going to start wrapping this wire around and around like this. But I'm going to hang on to the top here. Now these are not my normal pliers. What this plier is I had I ordered a pair of, now I'm wrapping that around and around as I go. I ordered a pair of hole punch for leather. The first time I used it, the punch part broke off. but it makes a great plier, you know. For this kind of stuff, it just works great. Today was the first day I tried it, and I go, hey, I'm not going to throw that out. I'm going to use that. Although you can just use the equipment you've got. Eventually, I'll show you how to do some of those leather earrings, because they're pretty cool too. Okay, now we've got these two made up. See how, and I just pushed that little piece in there. That's what I was, when I was going around like this, I was pushing the little piece in. The last piece I had left. Now, if I put this down on my hand, you can see how closely I've got those matched up. They're really close in size. I've done well on that. Surprise, surprise. Okay, now we're going to make this piece. This little piece right here. 2 balls, and then that metal hollow ball. I do like the color of that, but I've had them for a long time and can't figure out what to use them on, so what the heck, I'll use it on this. Now, and then I'm trying to get rid of these because I don't normally order little ones like this. Although, I mean, they can be handy for little beads and little things like what I'm doing here. So anyway, I'm going to put one of these on, one of those little metal balls. Then I'm going to put my hollow metal ball on there. Then my last little metal ball. And if you notice, I've still got about a 1/4 inch left. Well, that's enough for me to bend a little circle in there. It won't be as big as this circle, but it'll be enough to where I can catch it on my earring like I did here. So I'm going to hold on to the flat part of this because I want this part to go this way, and this part goes this way. So I'm going to hold on to that flat part to make sure it stays in the right place. I'm just going to pull it back just a little bit like this. See how I just pulled it back a little? Or can you see that? I just pulled it back a little bit. Now I'm going to grab a hold of it with the tip of my pliers and just start turning it. And turning it until it touches the other side. Now that didn't touch, so I'm going to pull it up a little bit and then push it down. Let me see if I got that in there. Almost. You get it in there. This one was almost too short for me to use. That's why I like using the bigger ones, because I never have a problem with my holes being too small. But see how small that hole is when I do it on there? If I had one bead on here, it would work pretty good. You know, but I want to use those. I don't like to throw things out. I do sometimes, just because I have so much stuff around. Then I decide, no, it's time to slow it down, so I end up giving it away or making a whole bunch of earrings and donating them somewhere. I know ladies like those. Anyway, oh, what I just did, I'm not even telling you what I'm doing. I opened that up, I pulled straight up, right there, I pulled it straight up. I stuck the bottom part. Now this is the bigger circle is on the bottom. So, and then I'm going to grab this and close it. Just like that. See there? I think those are so cool. Now I'm going to just have to put the hook on, and I've got this earring done. Now I'm going to open it. Oh, I just bent this right here because I don't like I like them straight down instead of cocked forward. And with the French earrings, I can do that because they've got this flat place on them right here that keeps that bead on. So if it's one that doesn't have that and it has the beads that'll come off if you bring that down, I just put a little bit of modeling glue on it, like you make models with. Or you can use crazy glue or something like that. Just whatever's handy for you. Okay, now I'm going to grab a hold of this and close it up, and we will be done with this baby. And there we go. Now we've got this cool looking pair of earrings. Let me show you. See there? Aren't those cool? And then here's the ones with the that were made with the pressed glass bead that was from a necklace. You know, but that's the kind of things you can do with those little things. Sometimes you find bracelets with this pressed glass too, so don't be afraid of it, because even though they're different sizes, the pressed glass, it just seems like they're always odd sizes. So I just get as close as I can and just work it. And that's the way they come out. They look awesome. But I am really happy with them. But that's the earrings I got for you today, and you guys have a great night, and God bless you.